Hi guys, welcome back to another video. This time let's talk about Betrayal and how I run it because it's progressively getting better and better as the league goes on. And no, I'm not talking about how to set up your boards and run Gravicius and Fortification to farm full stack divination cards. There have been multiple 30-minute or 1 hour long videos for that, and it's too deep for me, so all we're doing is rushing Catarina. So you might ask, why rush Catarina? Catarina is the leader of the Immortal Syndicate, and she can drop the Veiled Orb. And the price of a single orb right now is crazy high at around 17 divines, and there aren't even that many sellers. To put in perspective, a headhunter is only 10 divines, so a single orb is more expensive than a headhunter. Farming Catarina also requires no investment, and so if you'll want to farm Betrayal for profit, look no further. I'm going to explain my strategy in this video for you. Let's briefly discuss Catarina's loot table, as a lot of people are skeptical about the Veiled Orb drop chances. Catarina has a guaranteed unique drop from a pool of 5 items, but with different chances. Cinder Swallow has a 45% chance to drop, 20% chance to drop Bitterbind Point, 15% chance to drop the Cane of Kulemek, and the price for this also very greatly depends on your Unveil mods. 15% chance to drop the Queen's Hunger, and there's a 5% chance for Devouring Diadem to drop. Overall, I would say the unique drop pool is not great, with the only exception is the Cane of Kulemek. Catarina can drop the Veiled Orb, and this is what we're farming for. The rate according to the wiki is roughly 30% at area level 78 or higher. So we want to be farming Catarina in red tier map. We used to be able to run lower tier map, but this was changed in 3.24, so don't run Betrayal in the lower tier maps if you want to farm Catarina. Let's talk about my Atlas tree setup. I want to keep this strategy very low cost and want to self-sustain all my maps, so I'm going to run a shadow shaping Atlas tree. And if you're not familiar with this Atlas keystone, it's a very good keystone to sustain your map if you want to run 2 specific maps from your Atlas. It does exactly what it says here. Maps found cannot be your favorite maps. So my 2 favorite maps that I want to do in this strategy are Toxic Sewer and Jungle Valley, because their layouts are good, and I also have 2 good div cards scry onto them. So if you don't know how to set it up, please follow my steps, okay? First, to make sure that only Jungle Valley and Toxic Sewer can drop when we are mapping, we are going to force our map to drop an adjacent map every time we run, and then make sure that the only adjacent map that are available are Jungle Valley and Toxic Sewer. We do that by favoring all the other adjacent maps to our 2 maps like this, and make sure that you don't accidentally favor our maps. Next, we'll be removing 2 Void Stones to make our Jungle Valley become tier 15 map. Then we'll block the rest of the tier 15 map. So every time a tier 15 map drops, it's going to be our Jungle Valley map. We can do this because there's only 7 tier 15 maps when we remove the Void Stones. This way, you can sustain your 2 maps forever every time you run a map. And if you ever run lows on map, just make sure to kill the boss as well. Alright, so let's talk about the notables we're taking. First, I'm taking every adjacent map drop chance nodes available, for a total of 68% chance to drop an adjacent map when you're killing monsters in the maps. In my experience, this is good enough to get an adjacent map every run, and with shadow shaping setup, this means you will get a Jungle Valley or a Toxic Sewer. Every map depends on what you're running. For Betrayal, I'm taking almost every node except Bribery node here because we don't need bargain for items. And some of the other bargain options are quite good. We'll get into that later. Pillage and Plunder is also not taken because the members getting an item can make them quite rippy and we don't need to increase their rarity. All the other notables are mandatory and all very good. Effective leadership makes syndicate members more likely to be accompanied by their leader. And when doing a betrayal encounter, you want to have as many members as possible because it'll give you more options to level your members. Test of loyalty make executed member get 1 additional rank, and we'll need this because imprisoned higher ranked members will get more intelligence on the Safehouse. Intelligence gathering help us run more Safehouse, and more Safehouse means more Catarina, so we're definitely taking this. The rest of the tree is my standard Atlas setup and also is optional. I want my map to be fast, so any mechanics that add time to my maps are not good. I'm taking shrines for helping me go through the map faster, and some scarab nodes as well as the quantity wheel here. I'm not taking the map implicit nodes because this is an elk and go strategy. You can even run your map white if you want to. Now let's talk about the map setup. As previously mentioned, we will run Jungle Valley and Toxic Sewer, and all you need is a few maps in the beginning. We're running only 2 scarabs, Betrayal Scarab of Intelligence and Betrayal Scarab of Reinforcement. The other 3 slots, you can throw in some fragments for extra quant if you want to. Doing the Betrayal Safehouse gives a lot of experience, so again, I'm leveling up gems in the offhand for some extra profits. For the map device, I'm running the default 8% quantity and it's free. This is an Alk and Go strategy, and you don't care about any loot except the Veiled Orb and the adjacent map. You want to get in the map, complete the betrayal encounter, and optionally kill the boss, then get out. Each map should take 2 to 3 minutes at most. Next, let's talk about how I do the betrayal mechanics to help me run more Safehouse and get to Catarina faster. In every map, you'll get up to 3 betrayal encounters. In each of these encounters, you'll need to defeat the members, then pick an option on what to do with them. If multiple members are present, the options may change depending on the order you choose. Without overcomplicating the mechanics and getting into too much detail, let's talk about the goal in each of your maps. Your first goal would be to rank up all rank 1 or rank 0 members you see, and you can identify them by the stars on their portraits. When you see there are multiple members, identify rank 1 first and choose to add 1 to their rank. Prioritize them over the rank 0 member. Doing this will prepare all your members to be higher levels for us to interrogate them after. Your next goal will be to interrogate any level 2 or 3 members, and they will be imprisoned for 3 turns. Each betrayal encounter will count as 1 turn, and they will provide intelligence on the Safehouse for each turn pass. With our Scarab setup, you'll get a lot of intelligence, so make sure to always have member imprisoned to open more Safehouse. On average, I get to run 2 Safehouses every 3 to 4 maps. The left option will always be interrogate, and the right option is not always be ranked up. There are times you'll want to release the member because they are not high enough for interrogation, and the right options are bad. The only bad option that you want to avoid is remove all rivalries. Other options are generally fine, and occasionally you will get option to immediately complete all interrogation and gain the remaining intelligence, which is decent. So when should you run the Safehouse? The answer is to always run it as soon as possible. The Mastermind Safehouse, which is Catarina's Safehouse, will take the highest priority, and we always run it first. Then you'll run any other available Safehouse before going into the next map, with only one exception: when you have a leader imprisoned, and that leader will give enough intelligence to locate the Mastermind Safehouse. Aim to do the whole Catarina encounter in around 5 minutes or more if you want to loot the room as well. Personally, I skip the room because I want to save time. Here's a mapping showcase for Catarina run from start to finish. I just finished a Catarina run, and I have a Syndicate Safehouse ready in the beginning. So I'm going to clear the Safehouse first, and interrogate the leader for some head start intelligence on the Mastermind Safehouse. Generally, when doing the Safehouse, it's not worth it to pick up the Syndicate loot reward unless it's Gravicious and Fortification. Even then, it's still not worth it to me because I know I'm not picking up a full stack apothecary from there. So your only goal and mindset when running this strategy is to get to Catarina. Anything that does not help with that is going to slow you down, and the less Catarina you do, the less profit you will get because the only drop we care about is the Veiled Orb. We're looking for our first encounter, and it looks like this is going to be an intervention encounter. There are 3 members here, and that's good. Remember the goal that we have. We're looking to add rank to a rank 1 member, then the rank 0 member. The last member is rank 0, so we're not interrogate, but instead pick an option on the right. And if it's bad, we can release her so nothing change. Somehow my fortification encounter is already done. So let's look for the next encounter, which should be a Syndicate laboratory. There are a lot of mechanics to Betrayal, but you don't have to know them all. Just do what I do and simplify your thinking. Again, we're getting 3 members here. So remember, we're looking for the rank 1 member first, then upgrade the rest of the member in whatever order. Betrayal went through a big change last league, and it's not that the board doesn't matter anymore. The relationship between the members are still good, but eventually you'll have a good board if you're following the goal I mentioned. We're doing another safe house here because, as you can see, June wants to talk to you. So the next map is going to be a fortification safe house. The safe house does give a lot of experience, so if you're not level 100, make sure you kill the monsters along the way for some extra EXP. Earlier in the league, this would also be an alternative way to level up faster beside doing blighted content. Another leader in prison, and our Mastermind's intelligence is progressing nicely after just 1 map. Same goal here, we're going in and look for our 3 Syndicate encounters quickly, progress the safe house, then portal out. On Jungle Valley, you don't really need to do the boss, unless you are running lows on Toxic Sewer and get unlucky with the map drops. With the setup we're running, we'll often encounter 3 Syndicate members, and it really helps speeding up the Betrayal safe house. You know the drill by now, level up the rank 1, then for the last member, avoid the bad option, or interrogate if he's a rank 2 or 3. So we get another 3 members here, we're going to rank up the rank 0 member, then interrogate the other 2 high-ranking members. Keep it simple, right? Now that our prison is actually full, keep your eye open for the option to release all the interrogate members and get all the intelligence. It should be very good. So we get only 1 rank 2 member here, and there's an option to release the prisoner. Our intervention is almost full, but releasing the prisoner is good too. So I'll break the rule and release them so we get to run a safe house next. This is a good run. We're running many safe houses and imprisoning their leaders to get us to Catarina quickly. I actually really like this strategy because it's very simple to run, and I guess there's a little bit of learning curve when fighting Catarina, but she's definitely one of the easier boss in the game once you know the mechanics. So this is our 3rd map, and usually I get the Catarina safe house ready in just about 5 maps. We'll get to fight her soon. We have 2 high rank members here, so I'm going to interrogate the rank 3 member first, then see the rank 2 member option. The option changed to release interrogate members, which we have 2, so I'll pick this option. Same role here, we're ranking it the rank 0 member and interrogate the rank 2 member. Don't mind me picking the other option though, because it gives intelligence as well. But I should have taken the interrogate here. Two low rank members here, you know the drill. When you do this a lot, you will start getting the muscle memory and will speed this process up. We're ranking up the 1 and 0, then interrogate the rank 2 member. I was thinking if I should take the other option, but I'll stick to the rule. And taking the interrogation is better here anyway, since we can run the research Safehouse next, and pop our Mastermind Safehouse in the next map. Only one rank 2 member here, so interrogate is the best option. As you can see, the research Safehouse is ready because 1 turn has passed, so we'll be running that next. By now, you should be familiar with the options, so I don't have to repeat myself anymore. I guess this tornado is a syndicate member as well. The option to release the interrogate members is usually worth taking over the interrogation. Here, we have 3 Safehouses ready, and the Mastermind Safehouse will be ready no matter what option you choose. So the best option here should be the rank 1 leader. However, because we have 2 Safehouses ready, I was thinking the next map we could have only 1 encounter, and I'm not sure if that is enough intelligence. Anyway, I picked the rank 2 leader for safety reasons. This new iteration requires much less planning and thinking, so if you're new, this is your chance to try out Betrayal. You don't have to worry about the Betrayal cheat sheet or anything like that. Just pop your map in the map device and rush the Mastermind Safehouse. And with that, the Mastermind Safehouse is ready, and we'll go to fight Catarina next. Remember, keep the other 2 Safehouses to run right after Catarina to get some intelligence on the next rotation. That will definitely save you sometimes. Hopefully I get the elusive Veiled Orb this run. Remember that this strategy has very little investment at 2 chaos per map, because you sustain all your maps, and are using only 2 scarabs at 1 chaos each. It's actually insane thinking about what the return on investment is, because the Veiled Orb is at 17 divines. The only real investment cost is probably the opportunity cost of you doing other strategies and getting more consistent loots. However, at 30% chance to drop, this strategy is very much worth it to run if you can do at least 3 Catarina per hour, which I think is easily achievable. This would, on theory, put your profit per hour at 17 divines for a simple strategy. Not bad in my opinion. We dropping a portal here before Catarina, just in case we die. The boss arena is a square with 4 totems in the corners and a big statue in the center. We'll go in and burst her down to trigger her second phase, which she will heal herself and release one of the syndicate leaders to attack you. Once you kill the leader, she will activate the statue in the middle and one of the totems. Keep attacking her until you see a marker on yourself pointing at the totem. Run to the totem and sit there for like 2 seconds until the totem breaks. Then get out of there. You'll repeat this process until she's dead. This fight is quite simple and hard to mess up. At lower life, she will also start summoning the skeletons, and you will need to step on them before they wake up and chase you. If your DPS is strong, then most likely you won't see them anyway. She does not really have any one-shot mechanics, and her attacks are quite telegraphed as well. If you're new, maybe it will take you a few tries before you're familiar with the boss. My character is actually very squishy because I'm playing a warden and I can't freeze the boss. But any other character would easily tank any damage here. That should be the last leader, and Catarina is going down next. And with that, we have come to the end of this video. I hope this video helps you understand Betrayal Mechanics, and you should try this strategy out. Keep it simple and rush Catarina. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below, or the next Catarina you kill won't drop the Veiled Orb. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.